Last time on Town Hall 11 Free to Play, we explained Joe's disappearance and explored the new update. Today, let's get into that new OP technique, the Super Wizard Blimp. What's going on, guys? My name is Joe and welcome back for episode 98 of the Town Hall 11 Free to Play series. So it's been 3 days since the Winter 2020 update came out, and you know with the new update we get to see all these new strategies and techniques start populating the airways, right? Everybody's freaking out. They're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We got all these new things, right? So today we're going to be taking a look at the Battle Blimp, the invisibility spells, the 3 super wizards, and the barbarians or the giants, whichever you choose to use. But what's really unique about this technique is that it's not necessarily just limited to one army. It can be incorporated into a lot of the different armies that you might already know. So today we're over here in Paradox Enigma, and some of my clanmates and myself have been working on this strategy today, or this technique itself, and we've been incorporating it into different armies. I was using the Queen Walk Miners, and then Pac-Man here was actually using the hybrid. And so what's really fascinating about this technique is that it's being used very similar to the Electron, that Battle Blimp, the Electro Dragon, and the balloons, with the clone spell, which branches out and destroys a bunch of buildings in a select section, right? So if you understand the concept of the Electron, you should be able to pick up this strategy or this technique and be able to apply it very easily. The biggest difference between this technique and the Electron is understanding how to use the invisibility spells correctly, because we were messing it up so bad earlier. I'm not even kidding about that. So we're going to use this base right here as an example to show you what this looks like. You'll notice that the placement of the town hall is on the bottom side of the base, so naturally the Battle Blimp tries to travel to the town hall, and we're going to try to select a section of the base where we can get a ton of value. The more compact the base is, the better this strategy works. I'm going to go ahead and get that out there right now. So we're going to pick this section on the top side of the base because we got an Eagle Artillery here in the center of the base. We would like to eliminate it as well as all these grouped up buildings around it and get a lot of value out of those super wizards. So we're going to start out with the balloon, the coconut loon, if you will, looking for the Seeking Air Mines, the SAMs, and then we're going to bring that Battle Blimp in, targeting the town hall just above the area where we have the Eagle Artillery. Now I want you to notice that he places the rage spell first, and then he's going to drop his invisibility spell, but he's trying not to touch a bunch of different buildings around it because those also go invisible once this Battle Blimp drops and that spell drops. So you'll notice that the Battle Blimp is placed and you're going to see a giant come out. So you'll either see a giant or barbarians used, and that is basically looking for traps themselves, the spring traps. We're trying to protect our super wizards, but notice how much value is getting taken out by the super wizards. They are able to branch out all the way over here. The second invisibility spell is going to be dropped to where it's not touching the Eagle Artillery or the Archer Queen, and then you'll notice that the Grand Warden, the Queen, the Eagle are all taken out, and then the Clan Castle troops have been pulled. Now in the Clan Castle we had like a balloon and Electro Dragon, just your baseline defending Clan Castle, nothing special, no super minions or anything like that. And so you'll notice that after that point the super wizards are getting a little bit more value, but they're unable to take anything out because they're going to get destroyed by the Electro Dragon. Now we got a baby dragon on the top side of the base, and the idea here is to try to set the funnel for our hybrid, because remember, miners and hogs run together with the Grand Warden backing them up. So we got to get rid of that Electro Dragon and balloon. We got the poison spell drop, the Queen's working, she's going to take out that E-Drag, and then she's going to take out a wizard tower, go into the balloon, and notice the baby dragon is able to work all the way over here to the right side of the base, clearing out multiple buildings because there's no longer an air defense in this area. Queen is working her way into an air defense, and then once she turns that corner up there where the mortar's located, we're going to see the Barbarian King dropped on the location where the town hall is placed, because we want to try to clear out these buildings right here and basically set up the opposite side funnel for our miners and hog riders, because we want to bring them through this very dense area right here. All right, so we just almost missed something. So my bad, I got a little ahead of myself there. So we got some wall breakers coming in. This was actually quite brilliant by Pac-Man, bringing some wall breakers in through a rage spell, and they're going to open up this section of the base right here to bring the Queen in down through this area where we have a elixir storage or elixir collector, we got an expo, and we also have an Inferno Tower, our first of 2. So the Queen's going to work her way right into this area. The wall breakers are going to open up a second section of this area, and the Queen has just so much value value that she can clear out by herself. Now we're going to see our miners and our hog riders as well as our Grand Warden place, and they're going to start clearing out defenses and working their way in towards the queen's area. The king's ability has been used. He takes out the enemy king as well as a hidden Tesla, and then leaving up a few down there. The barbarians are able to clear out those down in that area. So the miners and hogs are going to work their way together just like they would normally do in any other hybrid attack. The Grand Warden's ability is used to keep them alive as the hogs work their way into defenses and the miners destroy the ground set skeleton traps. Hogs and miners working their way up into an expo location, a double expo location, and a multi-target inferno tower. Queen's back playing wall breaker just like she would normally do, and then we got the heal spells being used to keep these troops alive as they work their way up towards the back side of the base. So you'll notice that a lot of these buildings that were taken out or struck by the super wizards are actually weakened. They've lost a lot of hit points and they're able to basically fall very easily. Pac-Man's going to save a free spell or two for the back side of the base where we got a wizard tower, because a wizard tower versus miners, never very good situation, but they're able to take it down because it was weakened by the super wizards, and then the final buildings will fall and this base will be swagged with a free spell. So this is actually just the concept of the attack, working that battle blimp in to clear out a section of the base to basically get rid of the eagle artillery, but it doesn't always go like this. Let's get into our next replay. So one major thing that I need you to take away from this video, regardless of how OP this technique might look and how good it might look in the replays, is that you must practice with it before you go into clan war, because you will fail. I'm telling you right now, we failed a lot this morning with it, trying to understand the timing of the invisibility spells, understand what section of the base to drop the battle blimp and get in there and take out quadrants of the village in order to be successful. So this replay, in fact, is a queen walk miner attack, and it was completely unplanned. And so when we looked at this village and we were trying to decide how to come in on this base, you'll notice that the town hall is on the bottom side of the base. We got a very centralized eagle artillery, which is protected by an air sweeper on both sides. So knowing this, there's only one section of the village where we can bring a battle blimp in, and that is the very top point of this village. But you'll notice that we got 3 heroes stacked in one location. This is not a good area at all, because all these buildings are kind of spaced out a little bit, and this could turn out very bad with the super wizards in the battle blimp. So we're going to come in on the right side of this section, and we're going to basically target one of the inferno towers. We got this one inferno tower right there, and so we got that balloon drop to look for seeking air mines, as well as destroying that mortar and the additional building to it. And then we got the battle blimp working its way in. We're going to drop the rage spell, drop the invisibility spell, and we're going to make our super wizards invisible. But you'll notice that there's only one defense here that's invisible, and that would be the wizard tower itself. So they could target buildings around this area and destroy them, and basically take on some ground set skeleton traps, take on the multi-target inferno tower, as well as destroy it, and they clear out multiple sections of this village right here in this little area of the base. So we're going to play off of this. We're going to use our king on the outside of the village, and then we need to work our queen up into this section because the clan castle troops were not destroyed. So we got to pay attention to where this queen's going to go. We got the king working over there in the corner. He's taking out an army camp. Queen is going to take on an elixir collector or storage, and then we're going to wait for this archer tower to target our queen before we drop those healers, because we don't want them going with the king. We want them to go with the queen instead. So super wall breaker is going to be dropped to open up the compartment for the queen, start drawing the clan castle troops out. We got a couple of archers, and then you're going to notice that there's going to be a few baby dragons placed to basically push this queen up inside the village and not have her walk around the outside. Rage spell dropped, poison spell dropped, take on the witch and the baby dragon, and then the queen's going to work her way up into an expo as well as an archer tower. So what we did not do, or what we failed to do here, was actually time our miners a little bit faster. We needed them to be dropped a little earlier, because we're going to open up the center compartment with a super wall breaker, but unfortunately the queen is going to continue on her path around the outside with the miners, and eventually she's going to cut back and go after that eagle artillery. But ideally we wanted her to go after that eagle a little bit earlier than what she has, so we had to use our Grand Warden's ability, and the miners are working their way up into a multi-target inferno tower as well as a wizard tower, and we're using our heal spells to try to keep them alive. queen is eventually going to go back. She's going to take out this eagle artillery and start targeting buildings on this top side of the base as well as the enemy queen. Miners are working their way around the outside of the base, so a little bit of a funneling issue here on my part. Not necessarily the best funnel. Should have saved a baby dragon for that corner over there. That way the miners would have stayed inside, but it plays out just fine. Not that bad, not that big of a deal. The queen's ability will be used. She's going to take out the enemy queen, and then eventually she's going to get taken out by that Grand Warden. The Grand Warden's targeting her. She's going to assist with a few buildings, but unfortunately she does die, and now we have the miners finishing up the backside of the base. So we do have plenty of miners to finish this up, and I will speed it up, that way you can see the army. But what I want you to take away from this replay is that it doesn't necessarily just have to be the eagle artillery that gets taken out by the super wizards. It can be other sections of the village, as long as you try to maximize the amount of value with that technique. That way you can kind of play off of it with the army that you're using. All right, so I think that was enough replays. Let's go ahead and do one live. We've changed our army to the Queen Charge Baby Dragon, but we're going to try this technique and see how compact section of the village can go down. But there's a couple things that we do have to worry about. This is a completely different base design. That's one thing that we have to worry about. And we also need to be concerned about our placement of our invisibility spell. So let's go ahead and drop our battle blimp right here and get an invisibility spell down on our super wizards. We got to pay attention to them, and look at them go. Oh my gosh, look at these dudes taking out all these buildings. My gosh. All right, so they're caught up on a wall. Let's go ahead and drop our archer queen over here and drop our healers and see if we can try to help them out a little bit. They might get taken out though very, very fast. So let's see what we can do. Let's go ahead and fix this. Let's drop our king over there. Look at all the buildings that got taken out by the super wizards. My gosh, man, that's beast mode, dude. Holy smokes. Let's get a rage spell down on our queen as she takes on that little baby king. We do also have some super wall breakers in our composition that we can use to try to open up some compartments for this queen to take on the multi-target. And there's some hog riders. Oh my god, there's hog riders in the clan castle. So let's drop our Grand Warden. We might activate the eagle artillery. There is no might about it. We actually did activate the eagle artillery. So let's go ahead and get a balloon down, drop a super wall breaker, and let's see what we got here. Let's drop another rage spell on her. Oh, queen. Protect the queen, man. Protect the queen. All right, let's go ahead and get a jump spell down for that queen, and she's going to go around the outside. So she said nope to that jump spell. All righty then, so be it. if you say so. Let's go ahead and get some baby dragons down around this area, and let's try to overpower this section with our baby dragons. Let's go ahead and freeze this area, get rid of that air defense for a second. Queen's looking good in there. She's going to take on the town hall. The baby dragons are in on the air defense, and then they're going to work their way up from the bottom side of the village. Okay, so we didn't necessarily need that poison spell, which is always a nice thing. We can go ahead and use that queen's ability to take out the enemy queen, take out an expo, and come on, baby dragons. My goodness, when they're all grouped up together like that, it just doesn't work out. Let's get a baby dragon down right there to help out with these buildings on the outside of the village, and we got one more freeze spell that we can use. Baby dragons are assisting with the clan castle, 77%. We got 1 minute remaining. Come on, queen, hurry up. Stop playing wall breaker here. My goodness. Freezing the Inferno Tower. Baby dragons coming around. They're going to go up into that wizard tower that's under upgrade, and the queen is going to get taken out probably. Come on. Where's my healers at? What are they doing? Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. We're looking good. We're looking good. We got one more defense remaining, but you notice how much of the village was taken out by those super wizards. I mean, keeping them alive would have been just devastating for this entire attack. Now, one thing that you do need to worry about is time when it comes to using this technique. A lot of times what I found is that I get a little obsessed by watching those super wizards, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, and then I run out of time on the attack. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Anyways, that is going to finish us up for today. As you can see in this video, we saw 3 different strategies used with this technique. It's just something that we got to practice with, and it's definitely something that's worth exploring. It's a lot of fun if you can get your hands on the battle blimp and the super wizards. Hopefully you're able to get something out of today's video, and if you enjoyed the content, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you have not done so already, and if you like watching us every single time we post, turn on those notifications. If you need any additional video support, or you want to see the free-to-play series from the very beginning, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.